Ladies and gentlemen, I am good, and this is GFW Pulse coming to you from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the crowd is going absolutely wild this evening. They are absolutely ramped for what will be a great card tonight. We have three, count them, three debuting stars here on GFW tonight. We are going to see the debut of Heidi Hart-Smith. We will also see the debut of Max Savage as part of an awesome new tag team, but I'm going to leave that one as a little bit of a surprise for you guys. And we will be starting our evening with the debut of the new star, Professor Asher. Our first match of the evening is going to be Reeve with Misfit Angel versus Professor Asher, who is making his GFW debut tonight. As far as I understand it, Asher was in some sort of accident and is no longer fleshy in the face. So we'll get a look at that in the ring for sure. The interesting thing about this matchup right here is that Reeve actually requested this matchup. We've seen him coming out supporting Misfit the last couple of weeks, but in this case, he basically made it clear he wanted to show her how it's done in the ring. So we'll see how he does this evening against Professor Asher, and that match is right now.
Strong, just waiting for the right moment to strike. Grow you like a cobra.
Entering the arena at this time, the Dark Light, Misfit Angel, accompanying the Eye of the Storm, Reeve. And his opponent this evening, he is deviously yours, Professor Asher. And this matchup between Reeve and Asher is underway, both men seeming to stalk each other, just feeling each other out here. Reeve landing an early sweep though, definitely trying to set the pace here with Professor Asher. Asher gonna land that elbow stamp though and just keep on going. This is a very interesting situation as I mentioned before, Reeve requested this matchup, Misfit Angel at ringside watching everything go down. This also Asher's debut. We've not seen what he has to offer in the ring. Beautiful hip sweep though from Asher right there, and landing that nice gut punch to counter whatever Reeve had in mind. So far a very back and forth matchup between these two. Reeve landing a nice technical spin there. You have to wonder what the idea here is for Reeve though. Whether it's just a matter of him not having been in the ring recently, and will that ring rust affect him in this matchup? This is a very, very interesting match to me. Oh, and a beautiful running dropkick there from Asher. Asher trying to make his mark and essentially let people know who he is in GFW. Oh, and a beautiful dropkick from Reeve there. Very back and forth here. Almost a one-upsmanship going on in the ring tonight. Asher landing that nice short elbow here. This is sort of make or break for Asher. This is the first view that everybody in GFW will get of him. And for Reeve, This is about setting an example for Misfit Angel, who once again is watching at ringside. Acer gonna put Reeve in the corner here. What's he got in mind doesn't matter because Reeve is back out of it. Coming off the ropes though, nice back elbow from Acer, keeping the pace up. And again, are we gonna see a dropkick? Yes, we are. So that is 2 drop kicks for Acer, 1 for Reeve. Acer seeming to get the better of this matchup so far. Another one of those nice hip tosses there. Oh, and a double drop kick. Both competitors missing there. They had the same idea and neither one connected. Once again though, Acer making effective use of those ropes. And now the 2 men exchanging blows. These huge overhand chops from Acer gonna level Reeve, ending up on the mat. And now just a nice simple chin lock to slow things down here. I'm actually very impressed with the pace that Acer is keeping in this matchup. Acer definitely doesn't look like a small individual in the ring. And the pace he's kept with Reeve has been phenomenal. Reeve hitting that nice flipping back kick there though. And you gotta wonder if this is when Reeve turns it around. A kick to the lower back there, gonna slow things down for Acer, but back to the corner goes Reeve. Oh, and a nice series of stomps right in front of Misfit Angel, who can't be enjoying watching that. And a jackknife cover. 1, 2, kick out there from Reeve. Not a problem. Reeve able to stay in this. We do know that Reeve has a history of brutal hardcore matches, so he's got the ability to go the distance. It's going to take a very, very impressive string of offense here from Acer to actually put him down. Both men colliding off that Irish whip. Perhaps the exhaustion beginning to set in. Huge backflipping dropkick there from Reeve, who is not back in control of this match as Acer actually recovered from that move first. Another one of those flipping dropkicks though. And Reeve potentially going to the well too much here. If we see another one of those dropkicks, Acer may have a counter ready for it. Nice step up enziguri there from Acer. And now a roll up. 1, 2, sorry, a backslide there. Did not get him though. Kick to the gut from Acer, missing with that low drop kick though. Both of these men just exchanging blows here. Neither one has really been able to maintain a string of offense. Reeve landing with that low drop kick now. And I'm actually very intrigued by, oh, and again with that low drop kick. This has been a match of drop kicks to me, almost the battle of the, oh, what is this? Oh, huge guillotine pile driver there. Cover. 1, 2, 3, no! Reeve managing to kick out at the last second. I thought Acer had it right there. And another low drop kick from Reeve. Absolutely the battle of the drop kicks here this evening from these 2 competitors. More surprising to me to see that out of Acer, who's seemingly a larger competitor. German suplex there, but he's gonna land Reeve in the ropes, and that's just never gonna end well. Oh, what is this? Tombstone pile driver, that's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3, no, Reeve kicking out again, showing that incredible resiliency is Reeve. Nice sweeping kick there to lay Acer out right next to the turnbuckle, and I'm surprised that we're not seeing Reeve go up top here, but we are gonna see a bow and arrow lock just stretching Acer across the shin regions. Acer managing to break free of that though, not surprising him being the larger competitor. Oh, and a beautiful combination, jawbreaker to a flying knee from Reeve. That'll dent your skull in, quite literally in this case. And another one of those low drop kicks, and you have to wonder if both of these men are trying to show each other up with those drop kicks. We've seen so many of them, and in such a wide variety this matchup. Oh, wait a minute, another guillotine driver, that could be it right there. Roll up here, 1, 2, 3, that's it right there. Acer managing to finally put Reeve away with that guillotine driver, and outside the ring, Misfit Angel forced to watch. Acer doing a wonderful job in that debut matchup. Reeve himself was not entirely unimpressive. A huge exchange of drop kicks between those 2 individuals, and you have to believe this is not the last time we're going to see the 2 of them together in the ring. And I do have to wonder how Misfit Angel felt on the outside of that match after Reeve having asked to essentially replace her in that match. That was originally booked as Misfit versus Acer. That'll be an interesting thing to hear about in the locker room later this week. And of course, we will keep you guys updated. Our next matchup, though, is going to be a great debut matchup between the tag team I was saving for you guys earlier. This is Max Savage and Apollo, 2 lewd dudes. And they will be facing off against the debuting Heidi Hart-Smith and her partner, Travis Markson. the icon of perfection, and the outlaw, two lewd dudes.
No, I know that I can make you stay, but where's your heart? But where's your heart? But where's your... No, there's nothing I can say to change that.
And their opponents this evening, the prestigious one, Travis Markson, and the beating heart of the Hart family, Heidi Hart Smith. This matchup underway. We're going to start here with Max Savage and Heidi Hart Smith. Beautiful gut wrench suplex to open us up, and a body slam to the larger opponent, mind you. Heidi Hart Smith, one of the few remaining Harts in the wrestling industry, which is why we call her the beating heart of the Hart family. Max Savage, they're missing with that beautiful knee lift. Max Savage comes to us from the adult film industry. A former adult star, he has been trained by some greats, including a stint with Macho Man Randy Savage. Heidi Hart Smith taking control in the corner there with that counter, but Max Savage gonna put her back in his corner before he can capitalize though. We're gonna get a body slam and a quick cover from Heidi Hart Smith. Very excited to see what both of these competitors can do here in their debut for GFW. Huge kick to the gut there from Savage, followed by a knee. Now he is traveling into dangerous territory though, don't want to be in the corner. Oh, and here we go, working the inner knee is Heidi Hart Smith. Heidi Hart Smith heralding from the Hart family will absolutely be expecting to see a sharpshooter out of her tonight, I have no doubt. Eye rake there from Max Savage, and then just, grinding the side of the feet across the face of Heidi Hart Smith there. And another eye rake. No shortage of shortcuts here from Max Savage. Beautiful moonsault cover there from Travis Markson. Only a one count. Travis Markson, a representative of EOW Federation. Oh, is this going to be a big double team? It is. Apollo and Max Savage with that tandem powerbomb there. And Markson has taken a huge blow here early on in this match. Short elbow from Apollo followed by a knee. Apollo is in control of this matchup. Apollo sporting some new ring gear here as part of Two Lewd Dudes. Always, of course, sporting that large quantity of baby oil, though. Apollo, the shiniest thing in the ring, and that will only get worse as this match goes on, I suspect. Huge series of kicks here from Markson. Will he come out on top, though? Wow, just a huge series of blows from both competitors, and we can see Max is having a little fun over in the corner there. Markson gonna tag out after getting the better of that exchange, and a huge tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Heidi Hart Smith, followed by that beautiful leg drop. Markson seeming to cut her off, though, and taking control again. Huge kicks to Apollo in the corner, and now a half crab from Heidi Hart Smith. Once again, working over that leg, potentially setting up for her sharpshooter finish. And Apollo gonna tag out here. He has had enough. Time to bring Max Savage in to deal with Heidi Hart Smith. Big elbow to the lower back there. And now Heidi is defending herself against both of these competitors. That just goes to show you what a competitor she herself is. Huge knee lift there from Max Savage, gonna ground Heidi Hart Smith, and off the ropes he goes, but she recovers before he can capitalize. Very quick recovery there from Heidi Hart Smith. Very great performance from her so far. Oh, and a beautiful deadlift German there. Does not get a pinfall count though because he landed Heidi in the ropes. Ring positioning, as always, is a very integral part of professional wrestling. Big swinging neckbreaker there, and Markson happy to land a couple stomps off that. Beautiful tandem dropkick there from Markson and Heidi, who have not worked together in the past. So this is interesting to see them really working so well together. Snapmare there into a jackknife cover. 1, 2, kick out there from Max Savage, and Markson is back on the attack. Big elbow butt there, but Max is gonna drag Markson over towards his corner before covering. Not sure if that's meant to sort of rile Heidi Hart Smith up or what. Big sliding kick to the face there from Markson. Gonna lay out Savage, and a cover here. 1, 2, kick out there from Savage. Many covers early on in this matchup. Good on all of these competitors for trying to stay on top of that. And now an eye rake there from Savage, gonna set up for something else. Headlock into a series of punches. Just working Markson over, and a snap suplex, gonna keep Markson in the ring. but definitely not in the right part of it, leaving him in his own corner. Savage gonna tag in here, though. We're gonna see another double team from two lewd dudes here, potentially, but it looks like no. Apollo's just gonna put Markson in the corner and stomp the hell out of him. Markson looking to make a tag himself here, it would seem. Apollo gonna follow him over, though. Still in control with that front face lock is Apollo, and Heidi Hart Smith trying to break him off, but missing with that kick. Huge leg drop there, though. And now Apollo versus Heidi Hart Smith. We haven't actually seen this so far in this match. A big clothesline from Heidi, gonna lay out the giant that is Apollo. And now a flying body slash. 1, 2, does not get it. Sorry, flying cross body there. Apollo sending Heidi off the ropes, missing with that big clothesline. The agility of the smaller competitor playing into that. And then a kick to keep Apollo from capitalizing. Will Heidi tag out here, though, or seek to capitalize herself? Looks like she's going to keep the offensive up. Big elbow to the back of the head, and now that half crab working over the leg of Apollo here, setting up once again for that sharpshooter finish. We can hear Max yelling from the corner. He is at least having fun on the apron. Big tag here, Max Savage back in. Are we going to see a double team, or is Apollo just going to use that face lock to cut off the ring? Max Savage up top. Oh, missing with that huge double knee drop. And Heidi gonna take the opportunity to tag Markson in here. Big enziguri there from Markson. Max Savage keeping Heidi from capitalizing on it, though. And a cover here. 1, 2. Kick out from Max Savage. Not gonna get more than 2 off of that, I don't think. Big sledgehammer there to put Markson on the ground, but Markson fighting his way out to keep Max from capitalizing on it. Coming off the ropes here, what are we to see? Oh, big hooking clothesline there. Gonna lay out Markson. Ooh, it's been a while since I've done solo commentary, guys. EMAV was unavailable tonight, so do have a little patience with me. Oh, and that time the big double knee drop landed to the lower back of Markson. Markson managing to escape whatever Max had in mind there, though, with that mule kick. 1, 2, does not get him there. And a miss there from Max Savage. Another miss, perhaps the fatigue of this match beginning to catch up with him, and an exchange of blows here. Markson getting the better of that exchange, as well as the one with Apollo earlier. Safe to say Markson is probably the more consummate striker between those 3 men. And Apollo's going to be brought in, and Markson is on the ground. This is rife for a double team. Oh, wait a minute. Markson going for a double underhook suplex of some kind, and Max Savage going to save his partner before landing that beautiful elbow drop there. And Markson sending Apollo off the ropes merely to create an opportunity to tag there. Very wily veteran move from Markson. Definitely something that we don't see very often. Nice air raid siren there from Markson. Gonna lay out Apollo. And now Heidi Hart Smith with this German suplex. 1, 2. I had assumed that was in the ropes, apparently just shy of it. And now Max Savage gonna low blow Heidi and then shake his hips a little bit for the crowd. Obviously that move is deserving of such celebration. Heidi with an elbow to the back of Apollo, and Apollo with that low blow counter, just dropping the elbow across the back of Heidi Hart Smith's head there. Oh, counter by Heidi Hart Smith into a DDT. That's gonna lay him out. Will we see a cover there? No, we won't. Heidi gonna try to capitalize on the damage done, but once again, a low blow counter from Apollo is gonna bring Max Savage into this match. Heidi is recovered, but a double team here. Huge double lariat there, just sandwiching Heidi between the 2 men. And that was not meant to sound the way that it sounded. They are 2 lewd dudes, though, so you can expect things like that. Oh, and a series of knee drops to the nether regions from Max Savage here. Just absolutely brutal. But Heidi's gonna tag in Markson. Markson working him over in the corner. Oh, wait a minute. Big double team here. Doomsday Shining Wizard. That is beautiful. Markson in control, coming off the ropes, sliding drop kick. Should have covered there, in my opinion, but did not. Max Savage gonna use that opportunity. Oh, huge lariat in the corner, and Markson just stumbling to the ground. Savage diving headbutt there, gonna do a lot of damage, but he's scooping Markson back up. If I was Savage, I would have tagged out, though, honestly, after that Doomsday Shining Wizard. That would be a great opportunity to tag here, but Max perhaps trying to make a big impression in his debut match. Oh, wait a minute, Apollo in to help, but not getting anywhere with it. Markson able to fight his way out, and now Markson gonna tag Heidi in. Definitely some better teamwork being shown here by Heidi and Markson, to my surprise. Big kick to the ribs there from Markson, and a low blow from Max Savage, going to buy him the space he needs to go make that tag out to Apollo. And Apollo is just absolutely reflective at this point. When you combine... Max Savage, an entertaining character to say the least. Roll up here, 1-2, does not get it. Markson going to chase Max Savage into the corner. Big double underhook pile driver there. Oh, and I believe that is a finish for Max Savage. Markson just laid out as Apollo flexes in the ring. Unfortunately there, Markson was not the legal man, so Apollo unable to capitalize on that big double underhook pile driver. And now Heidi Hart-Smith, series of European uppercuts in the corner to Apollo. Just a beautiful, beautiful series there. Heidi gonna fix her tights and drag Apollo to the center, perhaps going for a pinfall. No such luck. Double underhook here. Oh, counter by Apollo. I don't know if I would have tried that maneuver on such a larger opponent, but Heidi Hart-Smith has no fear here. Camel clutch gonna just stretch Apollo in his own corner, though, unfortunately allowing Max to get in and counter it. And Max has set Markson up in the corner, but both of these men going for a double backdrop here on Heidi instead. And you have to wonder if that kind of damage is going to add up here. Markson getting himself out of the ring in time. And now Heidi going to make a tag out. Cameras have gone wild here for a second, folks. Do forgive that. Big, big escape from that double team by Apollo there. And now Markson and Apollo squaring up. Perfect driver, center of the ring. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3, and Heidi just a fraction of a second too late. Just a fraction of a second too late to break that up. And now what is this? Apollo and Max Savage just continuing this assault. Oh, God, pullback lariat on Markson. Just continuing the assault after the match there. That was an absolutely amazing debut from Heidi Hart-Smith and Max Savage. Max Savage obviously coming out on top there due to the wonderful perfect driver from his partner Apollo. You have to wonder how Markson feels there, though. Just a fraction of a second from breaking up that pinfall was Heidi Hart-Smith. So I'm sure that we'll hear something from him next week. That being said, folks, our next matchup this evening is going to be an absolute barn burner. It is Kitten Canaveral and Danny V5 versus Heel Duco and Alex G of Blood and Gore. This matchup being made at Danny V5's request. And a definite showcase of high-flying lucha action versus dirty heel tactics. Entering the arena at this time, the Space Kitten, Kitten Canaveral, and Danny V5. And their opponents this evening, the man who thinks he's better than you and Dirty Duco, Blood and Gore. Danny and Duco gonna start this matchup off. Danny gonna send Duco straight into his corner, perhaps looking for a nice double team here. Kitten getting in and delivering that knee to try to help Danny out. But a snapmare there from Duco gonna put Danny on the mat. And this matchup should be a very interesting contrast of styles. Brutal striking offense and just rough grappling from Duco and Alex G here. Alex G a bit of a technician though, versus the quick-paced movement of Kitten Canaveral and Danny V5 here. Danny, without a doubt, one of the most standout high flyers in the company at this moment. Beautiful series of back and forth strikes there. Duco gonna land that huge kitchen sink though, and that's what we mean by just beautiful stiff striking from Duco. We're gonna be seeing a lot of that this match, I suspect. Danny V5 gonna work over Duco here for a moment. Not quite. Duco fights his way out and is able to maintain control. Just an exchanging of blows here by both competitors. Danny sending Duco off the ropes, but Duco catches himself, slowing the momentum back down. This definitely oh, wow, that chop. that chop, and you could just see the flesh on Danny's chest welting as Duco locks in this chin lock here. This is definitely going to be a match of styles. If the pace stays relatively high, I think this goes in Kitten and Danny's favor. Oh, and a beautiful combination right there from Alex G and Heel Duco, who are maintaining control in this matchup. On the other hand, if Duco and Alex are able to slow things down, if they're able to keep Kitten and Danny from gaining that frenetic momentum, then they will probably come out on top in this matchup. Nice arm wringer there, and an arm wringer shoulder block from Kitten. Catch as cat can, which is hilarious coming from Kitten. But once again, arm wringer shoulder block. Kitten willing to show Alex that she can work the arm just as well as he can. And Danny in, here we go, double team potentially. Nope, Danny just gonna work a series of chops in the corner on Alex G, and now the welts beginning to show on the chest of Alex G. Wait a minute, backdrop from Kitten here though. Will she be able to capitalize? I honestly expected to see her potentially go to the top there. Arm wringer from Alex once again trying to do damage to that arm to set up for the various arm bars that he uses to finish matches. Exchange of chops here from Alex to Kitten. Kitten landing those big chops to the chest with the paws and claws. And now Kitten in control here for a moment. Alex gonna buy himself space, and here comes Duco into this matchup. Double team from Alex and Duco. Yes, it is. Once again, beautiful, beautiful double team there. And a chin lock follow-up. Again, you'll notice that there are some repeat strategies being used by Duco and Alex here as the sweat begins to accumulate on Heel Duco. He's almost as shiny as Apollo is now. Kitten gonna go ahead and make a tag out to Danny V5 here, and a double team from Kitten and Danny V5. Huge leaping kicks to both sides of the head. Sandwich attack there, and a huge senton from Danny. Thought Kitten was gonna maybe follow that up with a senton of her own, but she stopped herself luckily because it seems that Duco has recovered now. Danny gonna put Duco in the corner, but Duco counters, and once again, double team from Kitten and Danny. The teamwork here from Kitten and Danny has been on point. They are very, very quick to keep this going and not allowing them to, or not allowing Duco to really build that momentum. I don't even know what to call that except for amazing, except for it landed Danny in the ropes, which means the pinfall does not happen. Danny gonna work a bow and arrow lock here on Heel Duco, but now Alex G here to break it up. Oh, Danny was looking for a Canadian buster there that he could have used to set up for a top row move, but Alex broke Duco out. Mahistral Cradle into the ropes though. Game Gun gonna have to break that pinfall, and a chin lock from Heel Duco on Danny V5. And now Danny's stuck in sort of no man's land with both competitors of the other side in the ring with him. Huge gut buster there from Duco, gonna set Danny up for something or just tag in Alex here. Probably a good choice after what we've seen in this match so far. Danny gonna make a tag out here to Kitten. Definitely a time to change the guard, so to speak. Double vertical suplex there from Kitten and Danny V5. And now Danny gonna use a technical spin to ground Alex, which Kitten will follow up with a cover, but she landed in the ropes. Game Boom gonna have to break that pinfall again. Alex sending Kitten into the corner. Big series of stomps here and just choking Kitten with the base of his foot. The heel of his foot being grinded into her throat. And now Alex gonna drag Kitten out of the corner, go for a quick cover here. 1, 2, does not get her there. Kitten a little bit tougher than that, I would suspect. Arm wringer, and now gonna follow it down with another arm wringer as Alex G. Definitely trying to do damage to that elbow. And a roll up here. 1, 2, sorry, not a roll up, a single leg cover there. Spinning back kick from Kitten Canaveral. Once again, guys, been a while since I've done solo commentary, so you'll have to forgive a few off calls. Alex G gonna pick Kitten Canaveral up. Huge elbow to the back of the head, and then a clap kick to the face. Just brutal striking from Alex and Duco in this match. Alex sees the tag, decides to tag in Duco. Definitely a good choice there. Duco going for a double underhook of some kind, but Danny fights out of it. Alex was attempting that Northern Lights suplex into the armbar we've seen him use before, and Danny countered with a big DDT. 1, 2, Duco getting a near fall there. And now we're going to see this very unique suplex from Duco again, but once again, ring positioning a problem for Duco with that maneuver. Oh, no problem with ring positioning there, though. That knee driven into the solar plexus of Danny V5, and a huge knee to the back of the head with a cover here. 1, 2, Alex in to protect the pinfall, almost got him. Danny managing to kick out at the last second there. Just a brutal, brutal knee to the back of the head of Danny V5. And Duco is going to go for something else here, potentially. Oh, once again, no, wait a minute, the unprettier there. Not able to capitalize with a follow-up pinfall, though. And now both men exchanging blows, stiff kicks and chops here. Danny had enough, big drop kick, and Danny's going to use the opportunity to go ahead and make a tag out to Kitten Canaveral. Tags on both sides here. Binding suplex here from Alex to Kitten Canaveral. 1, 2, 3. No, Kitten managing to kick out at the very last second there. Arm wringer into some shoulder blocks, but Alex is going to go ahead. Oh, Dragon Sleeper here. We've seen Alex finish people with this before, but Danny V5 is in to break up that submission. Saving the match for his team is Danny V5. Dragon Screw on Alex there. Kitten going to use the opportunity to bounce off the ropes. Big double foot stomp there on Alex on the mat. Going to send him to the corner, and what does Kitten have in mind here? Series of mounted punches. And Alex just drifting out of that corner. What has Kitten got in mind now? Roll up here. 1, 2. Taking advantage of the groggy state that Alex was left in. Kitten going for that roll up, but Alex going to use the opportunity of escaping the pinfall to buy himself some space. And a Dragon Screw while he is not the legal, or Dragon Sleeper while he is not the legal man, just stretching Kitten out there. That is a definitely intelligent way to do damage. Kitten gonna use a Dragon Screw there on heel Duco after tagging in Danny, and Danny is in control. Oh, spin dash there from Danny V5. Could that be it? Will we see the cover here? No, Danny V5 gonna go for a Buffalo Sleeper after that spin dash. Potentially would have covered there. He might have gotten the match. Kitten gonna go ahead and drag Alex over. And heel Duco sent into the ropes. Oh, Hurricane Rana roll up. 1, 2, 3. No, heel Duco managing to kick out at the very last second. Danny V5 so close to clinching the match there. And now Duco just choking Danny V5. Brutal choke there. Kitten gonna get in and break it up. Kitten planning something in the corner, but Alex G gonna end it with that chop to the chest. Jawbreaker from Danny V5. Off the ropes he comes. Oh, what is this? We've seen this before. He won with that last match. Not what we thought it was there. Just the sort of ring around the head scissors there from Danny V5. And a reverse neck breaker. Duco gonna tag in Alex G here though, and now a double team from Alex G and Duco, not quite. Danny gonna fight out of it. Duco absolutely drenched in sweat at this point. And now Danny going with a Canadian Buster there to set Alex G up. And a senton to follow it. Kitten giving up on whatever she was planning from the corner there, and Alex gonna drag Kitten over to his corner now, trying to isolate her from her tag team partner. And an eye rake from Alex, who offers the handshake to Kitten, who unwittingly takes it. I mean, I could understand during that distraction of the eye rake. And now the armbar from Alex G, potentially getting Kitten here. Not quite, though. Kitten gonna fight out of it. Whipping Alex off the ropes as Kitten missing with that European uppercut, though. And now gonna drag him to the center, perhaps. No, back to her own corner is Kitten Canaveral. Kitten taking a moment to taunt here, perhaps not the best thing at this point in the match. Oh, beautiful reverse Frankensteiner, though, into a double knee drop to the back of the head. I would have covered there if I was her. And there we see that Northern Lights suplex into the armbar that we were expecting from Alex G earlier. Could get Kitten here, but it does not look like it. No, Kitten gonna break out there. Working for that escape was Kitten Canaveral. And now chops to the chest being exchanged by both competitors. Kitten saying, no, 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 this isn't what you think it is. Huge spinning back heel kick there. And now Alex moving towards his corner to tag in Duco. Kitten being whipped off the ropes there, runs into Duco on the way back. Not exactly the kind of teamwork that you want, but it was effective in keeping Kitten from getting the advantage. And now Duco with a low blow, gonna work Kitten over in his corner. Very smart positioning here from Duco. Kitten escaping and making the tag to Danny though, and Duco is still recovering from that escape. Gonna bring Danny to his corner, but there are two competitors from the other team in the ring. Duco leveling the playing field with that low blow, but Kitten now being forced out of the ring by Gangoon. And Danny and Duco are in the corner brawling. Danny just chucking Duco to the outside there. That was actually a really dangerous situation. Duco could have hit that stage. Kitten managing to break up that Dragon Sleeper that was being applied by Alex G to Danny V5. And now Danny takes a huge stiff chop in the corner from heel Duco. Duco gonna send Danny back to his own corner. Not exactly a tactic I would have used here. Big back elbow to Danny V5 though, and Duco going to position him perhaps for the Dirty Duco? Not quite. Snapmare there, and once again positioning. What's he got in mind here? Whipping Danny off the ropes. Oh, and a huge knee to the face. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. Kitten managing to break that pinfall just in time. And Danny and everyone colliding sort of off center of the ring. Exchanging of blows here from Danny and Duco. Danny landing that huge drop kick, which keeps Duco down and goes to make a tag out to Kitten Canaveral here. Duco doing the smart thing here and moving to tag Alex, but Alex too busy taunting to take the tag there. Not a good look for Alex G here in this matchup. Duco being sent into the corner and Kitten just smacking Duco in that corner. Big drop kick here. If Duco's smart, he'll make that tag. Alex G into the ring. Kitten going for that arm wringer shoulder block, and Alex content to just watch while that happens. Oh, huge series of paw slaps by Kitten there. And Kitten taunting now. What she got in mind? Low drop kick on Alex G there. Could she go top here? Top rope? No, not quite. Gonna send Alex off the ropes though is Kitten. Big flapjack there. And you have to wonder when Kitten is going to take the opportunity to ascend to the heights. Looks like we could see that right here. Oh, Kitten's setting Alex up for something huge here. What could it be? Doesn't look like it's going to be anything. Counter powerbomb roll up. 1, 2, 3, and that is the match. Alex G using that counter powerbomb roll up to catch Kitten slipping, and Alex shrugging off the victory while Danny V5 just stares down the successful Alex G. That was a phenomenal matchup. We saw so many huge moves there. Duco with an absolute clinic of strikes, and Danny V5 showing off the high-flying escapades he is known for with those amazing wraparound head scissors rather. Danny V5 excellent in that match. Kitten unfortunately taking that pinfall off of that surprise counter from Alex G. That is the second time in recent weeks that we have seen that powerbomb counter off the top end matches. It almost seems like they call that the high-risk district for a reason, doesn't it? That being said, folks, it seems that Crim Rocker is ready to come out and speak here on GFW Pulse.
I'm not close to perfect. I'm not close to sane. I'm not the one to worship, and I'm not the one to blame. But you made up your mind, and you put me on your...
Entering the arena at this time, the Kentucky Killer, Crim Rocker. Crim Rocker very high on himself after his actions on the last Mayhem, apparently. Wow, that I mean a pretty cheap shot calling Team Kawaii Team Karap, but I mean, if you're Crim Rocker, it seems cheap shots are your bread and butter lately. The crowd is definitely in agreement on what Crim Rocker is tonight. That's not really necessary, Crim. We don't have to say things like that. We all very much hope that Marcus makes a swift recovery and rejoins us. It looks like Panda is not gonna wait to respond to what Crim Rocker had to say. Entering the arena at this time, the Hardcore Panda. Panda! Panda not mincing words here, definitely not happy with the things that Crim Rockers had to say this evening. I mean, excuses coming from a member of Howl is kind of a funny counter-argument. This is actually true, folks. There was a backstage altercation between Crim Rocker and Marcus a while back, and Crim just ran. Like a frightened child, Panda is on point here. Oh, Kana and Panda apparently want Howl at Backdraft. Well, that's not necessary. We got love for the furry community here. I myself am not a furry, but I respect their subculture. We don't need to talk like that. so it looks like on GFW Mayhem we will have a 2 versus 3 handicap match. If Panda and Kana can win, they will be facing Howl at Backdraft. This is a very, very interesting challenge for them, and you have to wonder who exactly Krim and Nero have in mind for them to face. But I guess we'll find out on Mayhem. This next matchup, folks, a bit of a burying the hatchet match. It seems that after last week's matchup where Alexander Smith lost, Mark Scarratt basically told him he lost for taunting too much. In response, Alex pointed out that Mark had celebrated a little too heavily his victory over Taron Johnson, and now these two brothers in arms want to settle their differences in the ring tonight. This should be an absolutely technical masterclass, so to speak. Very excited for this one. Let's get underway. Entering the arena at this time, the Black Knight, Alexander Smith. And his opponent, the Canadian Crusher, Mark Scarratt. And this matchup between Mark Scarratt and Alexander Smith, members of the Watch Dogs tag team, is underway. This is just a very interesting thing overall. You have to wonder how the Watch Dogs will stay on the same page after something like this, but I mean, plenty of friends have fights and work it out in the ring, right? Sort of? Anyways, Alex off the ropes here, big sliding elbow to start this matchup off, and that is a lot faster of a pace than I expected to see between these two technicians already. Alex and Mark going back and forth here. Mark working elbows to the knee. Just a ton of strikes. This match is just going places very, very quickly. Vertical suplex there from Mark Scarratt. They have been sort of relentless since the start. There is absolutely no backing down from either one of these competitors, and you can tell that at this point this is a matter of pride between these two men. Alex going to position Mark in the center of the ring and going for a rear naked choke here. Mark doing his best to block it with that offhand and manages to escape. But Alex staying in control in the center right now. Big kick to the ribs there from behind. Taking advantage is Alex here, and Mark seems to be on the back foot so far. Oh, and that huge elbow breaker off the shoulder of Alex. And now Alex lands a kick to the ribs again. Mark using that drop toe hold to buy some time once again with the drop toe hold. And you have to believe that that is a desperation mechanism from Mark, as Alex has been taking away pretty much every exchange in this match so far. Both men here exchanging strikes, series of elbows with Alex coming out on top again, and now Alex just elbows over and over to the face of Mark Scarratt. And I think it's safe to say that when Mark told Alex he lost for showboating, he really got under his skin. This match has been so much more brutal than I expected it to be going out of the gate. Chop to the chest there from Mark Scarratt. Alex obviously the superior striker of the two in this matchup so far. Mark gonna position Alex in the center of the ring. Good move for a technician. Kick to the lower back there. And now going after the leg again is Mark Scarratt. Mark very, very smart with his psychology, focusing a lot of damage on that leg, and now an Achilles lock, trying to damage the Achilles tendon and potentially the knee of Alexander Smith. If he can do so, that would actually reduce the ability for Alexander Smith to capitalize on that striking. And once again, working over the ribs and the leg. Mark needing to catch his breath for a moment, and that's all Alex needs to get back in control of this matchup. Huge double leg tackle there. Mark going to shove Alex off though before he can capitalize. Oh, a series of kicks to the ribs there, and Alex just taking a moment to adjust his tights after. Gosh, just brutal from Alex here, stomping the arm there, and Mark trying to go for a judo hip toss there, and Alex is not having it. Just over and over with these strikes. A point to be proven by Alex here, and he is definitely doing what he can to prove it. Mark staying in this, though, once again, attacking that leg of Alexander Smith. Drop toe hold again, going straight back to that Achilles hold. See, that is the thing I will give Mark Scarratt. Nobody is quite as consistent as he is when it comes to doing damage to that leg. And you have to realize, folks, if he can damage that leg enough, it'll damage the base that Alexander Smith has to strike from. Without your legs, you can't put power into your kicks, you can't put power into your punches, you can't put power into anything, and you can't lift people. So if you can damage that leg enough, that can absolutely win you the matchup. Mark there with a nice series with the jawbreaker and the headbutt, but now Alex in control here. Oh, Ushi-Goroshi, that'll do some damage to your dome. Dragging Mark to the center of the ring, perhaps going for a cover, but not quite. Alex gonna stay on top of him here. Oh, roll through armbar here from Alexander Smith, or rather roll through Kimura there. Mark Scarratt working a headlock into a technical spin there, gonna do more damage to that knee and leg. And once again, going to that Achilles hold. Mark definitely uses that Achilles hold to get the damage in on the knee and leg as much as he can at every opportunity here, attempting to set up for his finish with that DEFCON ankle lock. Alex gonna shove him off with that foot, but Mark staying in control of this matchup. And the way it's looking right now, if Mark can keep Alex grounded, if he can keep him on the mat and keep working on that leg, I think he can win this matchup. Oh, huge German suplex pin. 2, 3, does not get him there. Mark just barely escaping, and now Mark countering a judo hip toss into that rear naked choke. And these two men know each other so well. They have counters for each other's counters. Rolling knee bar there from Mark Scarratt. We haven't seen that so far in this matchup. Just a beautiful, beautiful maneuver there, stretching the knee of Alex. And now Alex got Mark in the corner. Oh, German suplex into the second turnbuckle. That'll break your neck and reorganize your spinal column. But before Alex can capitalize, Mark kicks him in the face and manages to escape. Quick cover here, 1, 2, does not get him there, but a 2 count is more than we've seen so far in this matchup. Alex doesn't even seem that concerned with pinning here so far, just wanting to deal damage to Mark Scarratt. And Scarratt gonna leg trip there into that Achilles hold. Not sure why he scooped him up for that leg trip, perhaps just looking for a little extra impact or disorientation. And Alex rolling around and holding that leg. You have to wonder if there's been some permanent damage done to that leg at this point. Roll through from Alex, and once again going for this Kimura lock. Mark doing his best to fight it off, but with his other arm trapped between Alex's legs, not a whole lot of leverage to fight from. Roll through knee bar here. And both of these men with these rolling submissions, just keeping the match on the mat rather. Worth noting, folks, that Taryn Johnson herself is out slightly injured, potentially due to the damage that Mark Scarratt did to her knee in that matchup, also due to Bone Crusher being kind of a psychopath, but we'll get into that later. For right now, worth noting that Mark Scarratt capable of doing some lasting damage to the legs. Oh, huge leaping kick there from Alex, though. Capable of doing some lasting damage to your brain. And an Ushi-Goroshi follow-up. Alex has got to be absolutely reeling at this point. Mark has got to be absolutely reeling at this point. Huge series of strikes there from Alex. Going to send Mark off the ropes. What does he have in mind here? A Wakagatame working that arm over one more time. It's interesting here because we see Mark focusing his attacks on the legs, whereas Alex is doing a lot more focusing on the arms. Two very different strategies, but both of them going after a limb, which is, the sound strategy for any technician. Oh, and a huge Canadian destroyer there, going into a cover here. 1, 2, what the hell? What is two lewd dudes doing out here? Gangoon has interrupted the count here, and now just an assault on the watchdogs from two lewd dudes. Gangoon calling for the bell here, calling this match a no contest due to this interference. And Apollo is just working over Mark in the corner. Apollo dumping Mark outside with that body slam there. And now Max setting Alex up in the corner. What are we going to see here? Oh my. No, don't do that. Oh, spike pile driver. Spike pile driver. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an absolutely disgusting assault from two lewd dudes. Game Goon rang the bell for security. They are escorting everybody out of the arena at this time. I strongly hope that Alexander Smith did not suffer any permanent damage from that spike pile driver. That's not necessarily a move that I'm actually comfortable with people using here in GFW, but I'm sure that Nero has no qualms with it. We will definitely keep you updated on the status of Alexander Smith post that match. And you have to wonder what the Watchdogs will do next week. I mean, they didn't really get to settle that beef between them, but at the same time, I think they've got bigger fish to fry right now in two lewd dudes. Max making a great debut, even if I'm not fond of the way that he chose to end the night. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the show for the cost of just a simple $1 a month, we do have a Patreon. If you want to get cool GFW merch, we also have a merch link down below. Absolutely check those out, and we will see you next time on GFW Mayhem. Bye!